Hello, my name is Doris, and I am Little Bird Products. Well, if you've been here before, you know the drill. Thanks for coming back. And if you're new here, please subscribe so you get notified every time I post. I usually post a midweek update on Wednesdays, and on Sundays, I post, what I got done for the week and what I plan to do for the next week. And if you've been here before, I sometimes have very grand plans. Doesn't mean I get everything done. The last few weeks I've had company, and so I've got a lot of things started, but hardly anything finished. I did finally get this shirt finished, and I'll show you a better picture here. I am so pleased with it, but I've been waiting to try it on so I can get my picture so I can get it in the store. But I will have it in the store this week. And then I have another new shirt here that I'm going to get some feedback today from one of my sewing buddies, my sewing protege. You say when you're a teacher, you've been a success when the student becomes the teacher. And I feel like that's where I'm at with my friend who's coming today. She's doing an awesome job. She's outselling me on Etsy, and she has her own style, which is wonderful. And she appeals to her makes on TheHouseOfUpcycle on Etsy. She appeals to a wider range of customers, I think, than what I do. I have a target market, and my target market are ladies like myself who want to have a little different style and maybe have outgrown some of their clothes. And, they want things comfortable now, and they want to be noticed, but for a fun-loving way. So I'd say that's my target audience if I had to sum it up. The things that I had hoped to get finished this week were 2 more sweet shirts, and I've got this one finished and this other one that I showed you here. I'm almost finished with it, so I know I'll be finished with it this week. And I wanted to make 3 more bucket hats in addition to a custom order for a bucket hat that I have. And it's a really cute one. Because it's a custom order, I can make it. She wants a Disney hat, and it's going to have Mickey Mouse on it. And it's from an upcycled sheet. And I think it's going to turn out really nice. I'll show you a picture of that at the end of the week after I finish it. And I know I have to get that done because she's coming on Saturday to pick up her orders. And I'd finished her other 3 custom hats that she had ordered, and she decided to order another one for a friend. And then I also have some other things that I'm working on. I wanted to get 3 more bucket hats made this week because I'm going to Lubbock in 3 weeks with a friend, and she's going to allow me to have my purses and bags in her booth at the spring fashion show. Well, it's not a fashion show, it's a craft show. A very nice one in Lubbock. So I need to get my butt in gear. But today my sewing friend's coming over. She's going to give me some feedback. We're going to have tea and cookies on the patio and go out to lunch, so I'm going to have a fun day. And the other thing I've been working on is kind of futuristic thinking for me. Do I want to continue making the same range of products? And I think after this year, I'm going to hone in a little more on what I am making. I said that last year, and then I ended up making purses and hats this year. I just need to keep myself in focus. I'm trying to winnow down my stash a little bit of clothing for upcycled clothing. I'm trying to focus more on jackets, but I'm finding that I'm having a difficult time making myself make jackets when the weather has gotten so warm here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my air conditioning up during the work hours. I'm going to make it cold in the house, so then I feel like making jackets. I think that's my story, and I'm going to stick to it. But it's been so awesomely nice here in Texas that I think that when we have these few weeks where the weather is beautiful and perfect to be outside, I need to allow myself to have a little grace in what I do and not be inside sewing so much, but outside taking care of my garden, which if you watched my little snippet in my short with my view of my garden that I posted last week, it is coming out beautifully, and I'm starting to even see little green tomatoes on my tomatoes. And Mr. Tomato is coming this Friday. He's going to inspect my work, make sure that I've been doing what he told me to do. And I think he's right in predicting that I'm going to have a bumper tomato crop this year, and I'm going to be able to feed the whole neighborhood. So if you move into my neighborhood, you'll be getting some fresh tomatoes because there's no way I can eat all these tomatoes myself. I just do so enjoy my garden. And here in Texas, the growing season is early and short. If you don't have it in by now, you're probably not going to have anything. And usually in July, that's the end of the garden. There's nothing. For me, I don't plant a fall garden. So, and my flowers are beautiful. I love my flowers. And the birds are enjoying the bird feeders. So I'm just yattering on here today. So I did come on to give you an update on where I'm at. These midweek focuses also kind of keep me in line for what I need to focus on. And also it's an opportunity to put some makeup on, put a little lipstick on, because I found if I don't put any makeup on, I look so washed out that you think that, I need to make a trip to the ER. But I've been having fun, and I can wear my bird jewelry. These are a piece from another friend of mine. They're actually from Vintage Dishes. And if you look up PamelaKayVinDish on Etsy, and she's at Round Top, and she does sell in our Painted Tree boutiques around here. She makes jewelry and other assorted items from vintage dishes, and she does custom work too. I'll put the link to her Etsy shop in my comments here for you, and also the House of Upcycle, so you can see the kind of things I'm talking about. And I noticed I'm saying a lot. I need to cleanse that, and I need to try to cleanse those words from my vocabulary. I've almost gotten rid of the word cute. I've been saying beautiful, nice, lovely, those kind of things. And, trying to, up my channel a little bit here. I'm also trying some other things. For my midweek update, I'm not going to put my little fancy musical, intro and outro in. I don't know if that makes a difference to the YouTube algorithm, but it takes a little more work for me to do that, and I think I'm just going to leave it out and see if anything happens with that. Well, I hope you enjoyed my yattering. Please give me some feedback on my sweet shirts that I finished. Let me know if they need more bling on them or less bling. On this one that I've showed you that I'm working on this week, that I'm going to get some feedback today on, I'm never sure when to stop. My daughter said, when I get to the point to have ruffles and lace, stop. But then again, she's not a ruffly, lacy girl. And I do enjoy ruffles and lace, but, on a sweatshirt or a sweet shirt, how much is over the top. And I've done some kind of unique things on this one. I like the way it looks, and so I figure when I get to the point where I really like the way it looks and I would wear it, then I'm going to stop and put it in the store and sell it. Oh, and I have to tell you, I did the dumbest thing this week. I'm going to document it here so that maybe I'm so ashamed of it that I'll never do it again. I sold 2 vintage chenille kimonos to a new customer, and she actually called me on the phone because I put my business card in there, and it does have my phone number on it. And she called me, and one of them had pins in it. I had pinned the fringe on the bottom of it, and I hadn't sewn it on. I mean, can you believe I did that? So anyway, she found another jacket that she really liked, so I gave her a discount on that. And I actually, because it was my mistake, I gave her money to ship it back to me. So I'm going to finish it and sew the fringe on it, put it back in the store and resell it. And so now I told her I claimed it was an old age mistake because at 77, once in a while, I just do things like that. And I've never done that before. And I hope I never do that again. But she loved her other jacket, and she loved the one that I gave her the discount on. And I was happy to do it. so happy that she's going to be a repeat customer now. And, you have to treat people nice, especially when you do dumb things like that. So I didn't tell my sewing protege yet. I'm going to confess today so that she knows anytime she makes a mistake, it can never be as bad as that one. So I made it up to the customer, gave her a discount. She's shipping the other one back, so you'll see it back in my store. I'm not going to tell you which one it is. And I will be inspecting all the fringe on all of my clothes from now until forever. So you have a great week, and I'll see you back on Sunday, and I'll show you my Mickey bucket hat and my other things that I got made. And I know I'm going to get a lot more made this week than I did last week because I had company last week, and as wonderful as it was to have them here, I just didn't get as much done, and that's okay. Sometimes in life, that's the way things happen, and family and friends are more important than any little bit of work and any little bit of money in the world. So we have too few friends and family, and as you get older, you have fewer and fewer of those, and that's one of the saddest things about getting old, is that everybody else gets old too, and sometimes you lose those older friends. And now I'm getting maudlin, so I'm going to leave and say, see you Sunday.